Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Magic Flying Potato here. Just standing outside of my little base, and I was asked to give a tour of my base, because many people seen it in the background, and actually had questions about that portion right there. But also there's my original base right there, so I'm gonna go ahead and just give you a slight tour of it. Slight tour, small tour. So I mean, I just started off small. Basically, it was just this house. Let me go to third person because I like that view better. It was just this house right here that I started off with. I just wanted like a basic little house by the pond, which is right here. Access to the pond and back out of it, and it's close to the Oak Lab, which is right back in that area. So I figured kind of centralize it to the Oak Lab because you actually do a lot of time running back and forth to the Oak Lab. So I figured why not build a base out here on the rocks by that. So yeah, this is very basic. Basically, if I guess. So yeah, I mean, nothing fancy about any of my bases really. I've got a 5 storage chest area right here. Bug parts down here, crafting supplies here, and all my extra stuff here. And then I got like rocks and stuff on that one back here. Right next to a crafting bench. Here's fire pit to cook, my smoothie maker, and 2 little spinning wheels with my lean-to for spawn and going sleeping at. And then I built shelves here and here to put the armor dummies on, so I could have a place to store my armor when I'm not using it, instead of trying to look at all these chests all the time. And also I decided figured I'd put my weapons up here, the ones that I use more often. So I put those up. I made the little weapon holder and put them up here. This guy's new, and this is relatively new. And as you see outside, got a little fence going on, and I got my 3 dew collectors, which when I have two of my friends playing, 3 of these dew collectors are actually not enough, so I'm gonna have to probably build another one in one of the dew collector holders. But other than that, yeah, I was always trying to decide if I should build a second floor on this or not. But to be honest, I don't spend much time in my bases, which is why I don't have a big fancy base to start off with, because I come in here, I craft, and then I go right back out. I don't spend a lot of time in these places. So then I'm like, you know what? I'm by the pond. It gets foggy sometimes. This right here originally was going to be a kind of like a lighthouse type simulation thing. But then when I put the lights up on it, it really didn't do much because, even though these lights are bright at night and when it's foggy, they really don't light much up. So let me go ahead and take you inside of here. Hello, Mr. B. And so I've actually done a lot in the past week, upgrading the inside of this place. The staircases, I don't know if I want to keep them or if I want to do the trampoline system. I do like my staircases, so they might stay. So as you can see, I've got, I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 storage chests. I went with the triangle system because I didn't like the way the grass floor stuck all the way out, and it was like a lot of wasted space because, yeah, I didn't want to like double them up front and back because it makes the back ones hard to get to. So I decided I'd try this one, and I actually like this method right here. Personal choice of building shelves and stuff like that. This workbench is new. And then I built these spinning wheels to definitely increase my output of silk rope. And also I've been using them a lot more to make the crude rope. The reason why I've been using these is because even though it takes longer, one grass fiber, one fiber turns into one rope compared to 3 fibers for one when you make them by hand. So I just come in and just dump a bunch of fiber into these four fibers because, you know, 4 slots. And come back later. Here, I'll go ahead and show you real quick. Just go over here and 4 fiber, and it outputs 4 crude ropes. So yeah, it's something I could do while I'm out running around and not even have to worry about it. I've got my mushroom gardens right here. Pretty much for emergency food use only. I really don't use these much anymore. And this is all new. I had one weed stem holder outside in front and one grass. And I'm like, I don't like it there, so I moved it inside. And then these got actually moved around a few times, which, you know, kind of sucks because when you build them, you can't just move them. You got to break them down, and then you lose parts and stuff like that. So I went ahead and put these down, and then I put these down. And this is actually, I'm going to break this out to make a door because I do have plans for something a lot bigger. But then I'm like, well, there's a bunch of wasted space here. So I'm going to go ahead and put shelves in and then put more racks in. So I went ahead. So I got 4 of the grass racks and then 2 more of the weed stems. I put them this way because when they stuck out lengthwise, I could actually see up underneath them. And that kind of bugs me when you kind of see something and it's kind of like looking up at that right there, how you can see all the way through. So what I'm going to do with that is put floors underneath, and I'll show you what I did up top with that. So let's go ahead and move up. And this was the original first level, I guess. There was an actual platform ledge out there. And I'm like, you know what? I might want to make this thing a little bit bigger. This is a test room right here. So I went ahead and put the zip line in so I could transport the grass and weed stems from over there where I usually harvest them on the other side of the tree, and I'll send them right in here. And this is I just put this in to try to keep them from bouncing all over the place, going down the stairs and into this rack. I will see how that works. I am planning on putting another zip line here so I could transfer items from that part of the lawn and then send them over here because I'm thinking about putting something over here, but on the other side of the pond, but you know, that's still a ways to go. But yeah, so these I just built, so 2 grass planks, and then I put in these 3 up here on a shelf. More stairs up. Now, as we get up here, this was the original height of my my original build. So this was actually exposed. This part right here was actually exposed to the outside, and I had a ledge going around and everything like that. And I was thinking, I don't know if I like that. I wanted to go bigger. So instead of tearing this down, I went ahead and just put the walls up around it. And all this is done. This was not done. Is not being done on the creative server. This is actual live server. The game server. So as you can see, this is a lot of running back and forth to pick up rocks and clay. All right, so me and my friend Mad Moxie she was helping me yesterday. So I put this level in, and I went ahead and made the floor, and I'm like, you know what? I think we need some rails up here so we don't fall out. So we went ahead and put the acorn rails in, and then I added this little roof for another touch. I actually had it down one level, but the problem is I couldn't jump out. Hello, Mr. Bird. I couldn't jump out to go down quickly, so I actually ended up putting those up higher. And you remember what I was saying about looking up at the clay foundation and you can see through them? I ended up putting those the grass floor in there to hide the transparency of the underside of these. So I think it definitely looks I think it looks a lot better than looking up and just seeing all the way up through the transparent bottoms of these. So yeah, so again, 2 grass planks, 2 weed stems, 2 grass racks, 2 grass planks, 2 weed stems, 2 grass racks, 2 weed stems, 2 grass planks, 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 2 weed stems working my way up, and I don't I really don't know how high I want to go with this, or how high I am allowed to go with this. But eventually, I want to start putting zip lines up here to go to different parts of the lawn. And I mean, if I build it high enough, I could actually, and get enough silk rope, I could zip line to the hedges, zip line to. I'm actually gonna put a base over by the picnic table. I've been thinking about doing that for a while, and now with the floating platforms, I'm able to do that because I want to put it in the little flooded area. Then once this area starts opening up, I could go ahead and zip line over here as well. So yeah, one day put a zip line going to the pagoda. You know, just different ideas I have. Again, I don't do much zip lining and all this fancy work, but this is what I got so far. And again, I don't know how high I want to go with this. I might keep going until I get bored or can't go any higher. But so yeah, this is my base right now. I don't have any other bases. I do have little outposts that have workbenches, lean-tos, campfires, but nothing fancy or anything like that. So yeah, this is my base so far. So where are you all building your bases? How big are they? Are they fancy, or are they just kind of more of convenience of going in and building stuff, storing stuff, and then going back out exploring? Let me know in the comments below. And you know, one day I'm thinking about maybe showcasing other people's builds, like having them invite me into their game and I can show you what they've got built. Still kicking that idea around. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. That's all good. And subscribe. That would be great. And you guys have a great okay, so you guys have a great time out there exploring your backyards. Well, I got one of these days I'll learn my no, I won't. Me no speak well. Anyways, one of these days I will learn to talk correctly, speak correctly. See, I can't even say that right. Okay, I'm ending it because I am stuttering big time. Not stuttering, tripping over my words big time. Probably because of lack of coffee, which I have some right next to me. Anyways, you guys have a great time out there exploring your backyard. Once again, this is Magic Flying Potato, and I am Oot.